Greetings, this is Warrior King, and the time has come for the lions and the lioness to tell their own story. This is the lion's voice. Give thanks and praise for the wonderful blessing that's been poured on me. Give thanks and praise. Jah use I as an instrument to set the people free. Jah give all the powers to chant. Jah give all the powers to chant. Ras Tafari, the lion's voice.
I'm Nana Farika. The time has come for the lioness to tell her story from her viewpoint and tell the world who Queen Omega is. This is the lion's voice.
Yeah, because the youth them feel like the youth them now to them grow up them feel like say it's soft. Them look like
Yeah.
them soft. Them have one female and if them a live a life with them family and them youth and them them lady and them just feel like say yo control you control me or you this or you that or whatever and we'll be like no, remember say no, it's about the youth, it is the unity for the youth, the development for the next generation to come. You are set an example that youth can see what it is him to come and come do and do it even more advanced than you were showing it. So that's the reality we are talking about. So if you do gallus thing well advanced, make your youth see, him gonna come do it more intense than you know what I mean, which I go break down. So if you did mash up 10 household by your gallus activity, then your son go come mash up 10,000 household. You see what I say? Remember, I know His Majesty show you say, everyone can make a choice, according to them, intelligent thinking and calculation. But after that, that choice is made. You don't know, I want to go deal with the consequences of that choice. You know what I mean? The actions that follow. You understand? So when you go subbam, you have control over what you might say and can keep it into secret. But you never did know, say the other party didn't have a control over that feeling. And I go say something out it and lies are things where you always have to cover up. So, because it is unreal, it has always sneak up back at you. Mm-hmm. Good night. Good night. All right. Love you.
See there. You see there, right on topic. Right on topic.
See?
Royal greetings.
Yeah, tell him you're going to bed now.
Blessings.
You're going
Blessings.
I'm going to bed now because I'm going to school.
Yes, it makes sense. It makes sense. Everything you're saying is so right.
gratitude, man.
So
Yeah,
you see
man.
that you see that advertisement for the family life in youth come up right there, so and you see the love right there, so
Yeah.
in real time, you know what I mean? So for all of the youths that are watching this, just know that the family man is the top of the food chain when it come on to life and liberty. And His Majesty was a family man. That is the one thing we have to realize, and he lived that family life. So that, yeah.
You know one I think where I said ones them need to evolve, kind of for the ones them stop at, Solomon and constantly I say Solomon and the
Yes.
wisest man and he was a man of many wives. But if the ones them go deeper in our research and see how Solomon was overthrown as well, or we made him thrown, it's because of those same woman.
Same thing.
Same woman. Same way so as growing up, we come meet some trees on the property, some native to the land where they here when them forward, which is like some sap tree and them thing that way. We survive for many, many years, because them they're like some drought tree and them thing, Yeah, we come forward, we come sit with old man of sir, like cherry and them thing there. Yeah, man, it good man that. Look up there, take more water on it, right there, come right so I make you go. Alright. People come over. Yeah, people come over water for it. Yeah, man, so my Aishan, 86-year-old to see me, what I mean? Still a chat for granule, Yeah,
man.
yeah, I mean, they're still there foot. So you don't know, but we are the younger lion, where, I try to, hold up the ones them together to see me, what I mean? We have our little family to see me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we are trying to shed the light on the importance of farming and food security, you know what I mean? Because as right now we see, you know what I mean, how, food right now have become like a very, very, risky topic when we come on to like, the population. You get what I say? Because, one set of people is in control of the mass production of food, while the next
Yeah.
person is in need of food. You get what I deal with, and then now we have the land struggle where, you know, lead towards that external, and also internal conflict amongst communities, you know what I mean? And also now it will bring forward that external conflict amongst nations because, now we have to rely on other people and other sources to get our food resources, you know what I mean? And that no good because the people them don't have access to land to plant it and them have access to land, but at the same time, them don't have no rights to the land. So even some people just look on it at like effortless. You get me? I say because you're born on a land and at the same time you don't have any farmer legal rights, to acquire a piece of land if you even choose to do some farming. So we see the government landlocked things, you know what I mean? Basically, if you build up high-rise building, which you don't have any backyard, you don't have anywhere to plant any food. So you're going after your only food source is the supermarket, which the food is coming to you from the mass production of these guys, which can be anything. We can say, for example, the food can be tampered with just for say, you know. All right, you see, I brothers and sisters, and we are trying to chat musically and economically, what I mean, as Rasta youths and stuff. I feel like the item need to start chat more groundwork. We say groundwork now, we need to see the item a step out now and acquire as well say, land, what I mean, and put some other interest into some more farming because you don't know like how many things, as we say, if you have property and you have resources to sustain that property, then you can bring it to a level where you can start employ youths. And we realize that one of the biggest things is employment in our culture, what I mean, for the youth them. And you don't know, I I got born poverty and born slavery because Majesty done burn off all of them things there and get them out of the way. So we have to look for better ways now to provide, job as well as, good pay for the ones them to same way, you know what I mean? So that are the thing now where we're kind of stuck between because it's hard to really encourage the youth them to do farming if they don't really have a passion in it. But if them feel beneficial to them, if you can earn some dollars, them will probably take it as a job. You know what I mean? Where them now have to go sign up with a whole heap of what you would have call it, what them call them, requirements. You understand? To go do that kind of job. You get what me I deal with? So me I say no most of the Iowa them now within Rastafari, we make some money out of the commercialization of Rastafari and the whole, the part there. I would have said no for the Iowa them know to start establish more farms, get
Yes.
up, got a more, what I mean, and see if we can put in some more infrastructure in place now so we can now turn around and employ some of these youth same way, yeah, till the side. Same way, what I mean, while them are get bread, while them can get food for carry home off of the farms, them own self and them own family same way, while them are, you understand what I say? So that's one of the way or we have to go do it. But we see too, most of the ones them musically, the one them invest back in a studio, which nothing wrong. You don't know that it's still a part of an industry where, we fit into as well, which we don't master that industry, that's how we could start tap into our next industry. Because if it's a reggae music, yeah, have to ask a question, and you would start dress up and start and say certain words. So, you know what I mean? You don't know when to start utter it and hit that. You're gonna road. But we are saying now musically now the far eye them and even the ones them will just acquire, a certain financial stability through Rastafari. And even it not have to be through Rastafari make you acquire that wealth, but it can be the skillfulness of your mind. but it was the intelligent thinking equipped with Rastafari, merged with Rastafari, you know, you calculate it and, you know what I mean, where you would say, no, you get that big benefit. No, 'cause you still hold Rastafari close to you through that chat the same way while you have probably some home or you have some pigs or you have some more. So we just say no, we could start farm some food. You know what I mean? We could start develop some property because we know land is value. You know what I mean? And we are talking about endless value. You see it so. And it's that we are dealing with, you know. It's rough to tell a youth to come to the bush right now with machete and you know what I mean, and we are walk go 4 mile in the woodland general in the hot sun here right now and you know what I mean and when you check it out you come out of the bush the whole day done you beat out and you never have a cent in your good cent in your pocket. So a teamwork the thing take you know if we are going to the bush now we are going to the bush civilized. You know, and when we say civilized, we don't talk Western civilization. We are talking about our kind of civilization. So we move from having power and them things that can flow and now we want to get to little chapter one get really putting them together, one focus, you know, big power star, you know, if they have certain things, the man, them buy worry for other things, man, if they buy them. Yeah, well, give thanks, as me say, you don't know, that is the church that I go to still. You don't know I'm a part of the congregation of the church and also, you know what I mean, the Selassieites, you know, because, we get blessing to the church, you know. Yes, I. So you don't know, the institution, how I come about it was the same search to history, you know what I mean? And you don't want him to be rooted economically as well as how rooted spiritually, you know what I mean, among far eye. You know what I mean? So when we start check it now, we start check ourselves and say, we get a name, that was given to us by our mother, and then we start to glory of the king and we take on that name Ras Tafari, with the crowning of, King Tafari, Emperor Selassie the First, which elevated from Ras Tafari in 1930 on the 2nd of November to Emperor Haile Selassie III, which is the might of the Trinity as we know it and as we hail it as Rastafari. Yet still, it's to show we say as well as how we see the Creator, and the prophecies that was told, from Psalms 22, go straight out into Daniel, go right through to Revelation. See me, that the door of the house of David shall open, you know what I mean, and in the world, you know what I mean. So that's everything. Everyone could see the glory that would be, fulfilling the house of David. So you don't know when we see the movement, we are say, yeah, then if we say, I listen to first, a God. We have to find God government and God must establish an institution in people then and leave you out here to suffer. And we realize that we are dealing with the divine throne and the divine order. So we look at his movements now, how he works strategically amongst the heads of nation to, imprint his role of rulership, what I mean, upon the throne of David, the dynasty that will live forever as the son as a living witness, as stated in the biblical text. You know what I mean? So when we look on that now, we start search government, we start search policy, you know what I mean? And then we start looking to our country now, Jamaica, at some of the charters that was given. You know what I mean? And we realize now how it's important for us as Rasta when we say, all right, if we not go use Babylon system, if you register a business, it's still have to register with the government. You know what I mean? So if you're not going to register a business, the government still can come take you away, whatever. If you stay some woman, you have piece of land and you capture it. If you're not on a title and then decide to build a road, they might go come run through it same way and you can't stand up in a court and discuss anything or, argue it because, economically develop and establish. You get what I say? So who is going to be there, what system is going to be there, as a judge for you. So that is how now we find said there was a constitution that was there, which was the EWF, which was incorporated when Amos Selassie, granted the next development for the Royal Charter, to incorporate the church, the worshiping, what I mean, of the church, which, church and state, as we say, go hand in hand, the worshiping of Emperor Selassie, as, the root and offspring of David. So the Abuna Manuel Center Fox now had to went back, to his to university, to school, he got trained by, His Majesty's, personal, people that he assigned to ensure that, yeah, the development would took place correctly, so, but upon the passing of the Abuna, no, it is his son is there now at the head of the church. See me, you have the priest and the Levite, order, the replica of the Ark of the Covenant, youngest, as he said, that he should be there. You see, so we learn after that now and realize that we now are going to sending our youth to school as a Rasta, heavily, faithful towards the development, to be still modernizing Ethiopia, which His Majesty set forward for, and the whole world at large. So that's why when we are saying we have to do development, we see the importance of having that legal, documentation and representation. I and I as far as I and I family, it can be steadfast. So my youth can go school now, without having certain, without having, any question about him here and stuff like that, because they requested, if he's saying
center the eye self. Hold on there. Center the eye self in the frame there.
Yes, sir. Yes, I don't say if we state that he's Rastafari, he has to have some form of legal representation in order to go in their school. So these people are working strategically. You know what I mean? And if we are not working strategically, then we are going to be blamed for our children for shortcomings. You understand? Because they know, as I said again, school will reject the idea of your child, even though they will still reject it in some of the concept, but they can't reject it legally, underneath the constitution, because it is that constitution that is represented and respected worldwide as well as hated as well, you know what I mean? Because, a job we are dealing with. So, yeah, man, we're grateful for finding the church. We met the Abuna personally, you know what I mean? And, reason with him, you know what I mean? And him share some knowledge and be support for us to go into the church and stuff. There is whole heap of enlightenment, because as we said, the church is here to correct the abuse.
Well, lion voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion voice.
Come be a part of history and experience the sharing of wisdom from some of the most brilliant thought leaders in our community. Come see Muda Baruka, Styles P, Nori Muhammad, Lawrence Haja, Dr. Dorothy Holly, Dejaz Mach Kwasi, Deborah Hines, and Midwife Asasia impart their wisdom at Groundless with My Brothers and Sisters, a holistic health conference. A plant-based breakfast and lunch are included. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Ras Tafari!
Them could never conquer the mountains. Thousands of years and counting. Ethiopia rise again unto the world. Now we are announcing. Them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. When the trumpet sound and the violence cease, how we say one go build up the cities. Well, them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. Rastafari crown as the Prince of Peace. Him tell the youths them fi build up them countries. Well, solar energy that them a see. The whole city powered by the sun's energy. energy. The road them make out the hemp and concrete. Neighborhoods full of fruit trees that taste sweet. The youths put down them guns, them harvest and a reap. The beautiful gardens will line every street. Tired of the bloodshed, them done with the beef. Not even animals for that, them burn out the meat. Where people say Haile Selassie, I see Nile. When they see say him a treat the dirt like a child. Peace and
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of his chosen queen, Empress Wazira Menen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka the Chas Match Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man. I'm a creative industry attorney, I'm an artist, I'm an author, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of Lion Talk. Welcome to Lion Talk and welcome to the Lion Voice Network, where lions are telling our own story. We have a very special episode today, one of I passionate topics. We'll talk agriculture. Big up Baba Duno, our elder, who said there is no culture without agriculture. We have to keep that alive. We keep it in our heart. As Majesty said, the foundation of any society that hopes for a bright future is agriculture. He says industrialization does not come before agriculture, but agriculture is a prerequisite for industrialization. So this is one of the things as Rastafari family, for us to build a nation, we have to build foundation. And today, it's a great honor. We have a youth temple who hear the calling and was obedient to the calling to till the soil. So we're going to reason with this youth temple. From the hills of Jamaica, we bring it forward. We use the technology, and we're bringing the item straight. As a family man, farmer, entrepreneur, what a joy to bring forward this content. Ras Tafari and independent, non-aligned media is on the rise, family. We are here. Big up Lion Pride. If you subscribe to the platform, you're part of the Lion Pride. So no worry yourself. If you don't know about the movement, this is your first episode. Just rope in. We are here. We are working. Big up Lion Pride on Patreon. And I tell the family we have a strike against our channel. YouTube put us in jail for strong because we did an episode on vaccine exemption and the victory of the RMO, getting some youths forward into school and fire bumper vaccine and thing, and we got a strike. So we are moving that type of content to the Patreon. So if you want to get the in-depth family inner circle reasoning, you're going to have to come Patreon. That's for the inner circle. We're going to keep the YouTube just straight content in terms of the stories of the lions and the lionesses. So big up Lion Pride on Patreon. With the item support, that is how we keep this going. They are the ones who are spending their financial resource to keep this platform in operation. So we big them up. We're growing, we continue to grow, and we have to big them up. And now we have to big up the Ubuntu Lion Pride. These are brethren with just one-time contribution over $50 US, and them just drop it. Big up all of the family and the Ubuntu Lion Pride. Ones are roping. We knew when we started this platform it would be slow and steady. We never go after the hype. We go to the substance, and we know that the family is seeing that. So we big up Ramia King Design, Ras Lidge, big up yourself, sponsors of the platform. When I sip, I'm sipping from my Rastafari owned cup. CMAS Life, Ras Woolly, sponsor to the platform, same way, you know what I mean? Making all of these things possible. So, all of the small businesses, we are here. If you would like to advertise Rastafari Pan African audience, we're here. All right, so we have the housekeeping out of the way. This one, family trust, I've been looking forward to this one. Big up Rasabuki, Life Yard family, Ras Eyeball, large up yourself. Rasabuki has been plugging in with the youth them in Jamaica, so we have a long list of ones that we're gonna be tapping into. This is not no elder and just older ones thing. No, Rastafari is throughout the spectrum. So big up yourself, Sabuki. We'll be in Jamaica, so hopefully we'll get some content. Same way. All right. So now, Lion Pride help I to welcome Brethren, farming, living, Rastafari life, member of the Church of Haile Selassie I, EWF. So much works the brethren do. Him a till the soil, obedient to the king. Welcome, higher level, J.A.
Yes, I. Greetings to the ones, daughters and the sons, His Majesty, in the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Selassie first, I'm on name Rowan, go by the name Rowan Taylor, government name, same way. You don't know, but I did a correct uncle earlier on, when we start off, I say, yeah, it is not the EWF, but the IEWF, the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated, yeah, Church and State, Better Christian Church of Emperor Selassie First, which is the sovereign church of Jamaica, since 2013, incorporated in the House of Parliament. Yeah, that's I say so forward. Yeah, yes, I, that family
This is
right
this
round
is,
the cup. So
this
yeah,
is
man. So
Lion Voice,
just that for clarification.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is
Yeah,
the
man. This
church
is
where I
Lion
am and
Voice
but
Network, so we're not
see,
try.
with that whole lot. Yeah, that's one I think where we just say yeah, we are go, make the item get clear. Yeah, about the movement of the church. That is one part. And you don't know other than that I have my family where we have our, you know, personal duties, as individual where we have to carry out. But it's a collective, you know, trial right now amongst I people, you see. So the world is being tried, collectively, but you don't know individual judgment, as the Aishin show and I cast. And how them incorporate the works within one child and His Majesty show that, I want we get rewarded according to them deeds. Not too much money them have. Yes, right. So you don't know. Yeah. So we just there and we are trying to make certain so we are putting them work as a young IY and movement, Yeah, uncle, and we're grateful for the eye, for call forward for, reason with I and I same way, as I and I elder to same way, as a bigger, I wine of the works. So you don't know love and strength, man. His Majesty. Yes, I.
Give thanks. So, I and I requesting that the I step within the Lion Talk time machine. We're going to return to the I birth. Let I and I know where the I was born and what the I journey was like coming into the reality of Rastafari.
Gratitude, His Majesty. Yeah, you don't know I born on ya, Yeah, and Mother Earth, you don't know. Yeah, grateful, give thanks. You don't know how many other places of life same way. But born in Jamaica here, land them say we love. His Majesty come and claim I people. That is one of the first, fundamental part I beginning the Rastafari. You understand? Because, I born in this land here, with a given name by my parents, which is I first got them. You don't know mommy and daddy, mother God and father God, you know what I mean? The procreation concept, you know what I mean? And them give we a name. You don't know about through the challenge as youth and stuff, and being so connected to nature in I self, you know what I mean, and very like humanitarian set as an individual amongst the ones them, the earthlings them as well. I did have that real passion towards always helping and motivating and being a kind, spirit to ones and one same way we are go through even hard times. You know what I mean? And eventually along the ways, we come sight his majesty through that kind of works as well, you know what I mean, as a king. And then now we start our own researches. We start our own studies, gather reasonings and stuff from what elder them, what ancient them, where know about certain physical happenings as well, you know what I mean, and can, date certain level of history to it too as well, where untold or unwritten, you know what I mean? And then we read the written history as well. And we also read the propaganda. Yes, side. So when we connect up all of that and evaluate the world, only His Majesty alone we see as the light of the world, you know what I mean? The God, you know what I mean? As we said, Joshua the Christ was 2,000 years ago. His Majesty is forevermore. You understand? As we were saying, Joshua the Christ come and, minister for coming of greater, I am. So you don't know, as me I say, that's why we say the divine majesty, three in one and one in three, Father of all creation, maker of all things. Is it visible and invisible? So you don't know, as we I said now, when we learn that now, we realize that the child is not a talking Chad because that is just invisible. It's a walking Chad as well, where it's also the visible. It is a duality of I and I self. You know what I mean? So His Majesty come and set an example for I and I people, so we can liberate ourselves and our communities, you know what I mean? However, we realize that the kings of the earth did set themselves aside, and rulers did take counsel against God anointed one. You know what I mean? Because as we say, we see it, we don't even have to try for like, talk of it like it's a Jesus concept or a certain kind of concept where it's a mythical thing. No, you know what I mean? A reality of the duality of our existence, you know what I mean? Biology is the study of life, which is the study of God. You don't know, so you don't know science of God. So we are dealing with creation, you know what I mean? So when I cite them things there's a youth a chat forward, you know what I mean? I just His Majesty alone could have really unravel all of these mysteries where they're going in my head, and I always admire come true far.
So what parish was there born in Jamaica?
Yeah. So I born in Kingston
Okay.
differently, So yeah, we born down at Jubilee the same way. And then we chat forward St. Thomas Yasopan, yeah, that piece of land here same way, cause yes, so mommy and daddy they reside at the time of birth to see me. So we born, yeah, in the city, but we came forward in our community, all. Yeah. Yes,
So,
okay.
yeah, man. So did I grow up as a farmer, or did that come later?
Farming.
Yes.
So naturally, as I say, as a youth, we never really, like even as younger youth, like said 14, 13, 14, we used to plan, but we never did a plan like food farming. We did a plan more herb farming, you know what I mean? Because you don't know as young youth, you have to survive. Yeah, you gotta sell some herb with your plant. It's a distribution, it's a way of you acquire some cash, you know what I mean? Same way. So, we that priest say, yeah, we are going to farm some herb and thing, you know what I mean? We never did look on the importance of like putting food in the ground till about the age of like, about 21, like about, yeah, coming into 20, 21, those age, because my old man always have this land and him always used to plant. Him and my old lady from, way you know, and for them earlier time. So as growing up, we come meet some trees from the property, some native to the land where they here when them forward, which is like some seasap tree and everything the way. You know, we survive for many years, cause them they're like some drought tree and everything, you know. Yeah, you know, we come forward, we come sit with old man have sir like cherry and everything there. Yeah, man, he good man that you look up it more on that on it, right, carry come right so make me make it go. Alright.
Let's keep it coming over.
Yeah, let's take it from the water funny. Yeah man, so my Aishan, you know, 86-year-old to see me, you know what I mean? Still a chat for
Powers.
brand new things, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I mean they're still there foot. So you don't know, but we are the younger lion, you know, where you know, I try for, you know, yeah, all up the ones them together to see me, you know what I mean? We have our little family to see me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We are trying to shed the light on the importance of farming and food security, you know what I mean? Because as right now we see, you know what I mean, how, you know, food right now have become like a very, you know, risky topic when we come on to like, you know, the population. You get what I say? Because, you know, one set of people is in control of the mass production of food, while the next
Yeah.
person is in need of food. You get what I deal with, and then now we have the land struggle where you know lead towards that external, you know, and also internal conflict amongst communities. You know what I mean, and also now it will bring forward that external conflict amongst nations because you know now we have to rely on other people and other sources to get our food resources. You know what I mean? And you know that no good because the people them don't have access to land to plant it, and them have access to land, but at the same time them don't have no rights to the land. So even some people just look on it at like effortless. You get me? I say because you know you're born on a land, and at the same time you don't have any farmer, you know, legal rights, you know, to acquire a piece of land if you even choose to do some farming. So we see the government landlock things, you know what I mean? Basically, if you build up high-rise building, which you don't have any backyard, you don't have anywhere to plant any food. So you're going after your only food source is the supermarket, which the food is coming to you from the mass production of these guys, which can be anything. We can say, for example, the food can be tampered with just for say, you know, and
So
with us,
also,
you know, we are saying,
yeah, we rely
mm-hmm,
heavily on imports. You know, most of the food is imports,
yeah,
and there's a lot of GMO
yeah,
food within the system. So
yeah, we know.
serious thing with the eye,
Modification,
um,
yeah.
a block. So how old was the eye when the eye came to this light of Rastafari? You know, was it during your teenage years, or was it later, or did you were you born as a Ras? You know, in terms of the knowledge, how did the eye come to that enlightenment?
Well, gratitude not the first instance of life, you know what I mean? Because you know, being grateful for life make you ask whole heap of questions, whether you're old or you're young, you know what I mean? Just realize the importance of breath. You know what I mean? And I did really find that from a tender age. You know, me and my brethren them used to like when I say tender age, like probably about 12, same me 13. You know, me and my hygiene them will go together. We used to have some whole heap of question ourselves. We just sit amongst one another and we are asked like, yeah, so if you go through the sky and them say you're gone to space, then if you go through the earth and go down, then where you gone? If the earth is, you know, if them say we're upon, you know, the outside of the earth or whatever, you know what I mean, you're supposed to go down into the earth core and then look away this is, you know. And that's so we always check certain things from young. Some, you know, some question where, you know, the average youth don't really ask. You know, and then now yeah, and then now it manifested through, as we said, actions and music, you know, because them time, you know, we are listening only for Capitan, you know, Sizzla Kalonji, Highway, you know, Bascomex. We are listening only for the artists them in a them time they are forward. Cause we now got tell no one say we used to listen whole heap of Sanchez and everything. The old man used to play enough music, different music. We listen to Ken Booth, you know, we know whole heap of Ken Booth to see me. You know, we know some other music like, you know, where some Asian music, you know, cause my old man like them kind of music, but
So
reggae
what
wasn't
year
one
was
of
this?
him top
This
thing.
was the 90s. This was the 90s or the early 2000s. When are we talking about?
Yeah, so this mood I say about early 2000, where I talk about like you know, 2003, 2004, them time they're coming forward. Yeah. But we used to hear a lot of stories from an old man now, you know, because he used to live a back a wall. You know, yeah, you know,
Okay.
at Valley Garden, them call back a wall, you know. So he used to live in
Yeah,
a
man.
old, you know, some old car and everything, with cardboard. And so he meet whole heap of the Iowa them, where that's had musically, like he meet the great Tootsie Bert and he meet tells him and Bunny Whale and the whole of them used to sit down and smoke chalice together. But him used to be a young youth at the time where I look work in the city, you know what I mean? Them time the Kingston City just a take time forward up, you know what I mean? In a film time. And I might tell we about way back, you know, when him just come at Kingston, you know what I mean? Yeah. So in a them time that him did have the opportunity to grow amongst more of the culture, you know, as a youth a come through. So him come to Kingston, come book up in a Bob there, and Bunny them, and Peter them, you know what I mean, as we say, Tootsie Bird, and the whole of them, I what they see me, you know, so him know John Bolt, and, you know, enough of the ones them. So my old man, and him love ganja. You know, him a bun ganja and a lick chalice and them thing there from day one. So him always used to argue with a whole heap of story and history about when he come up with as youth and what Jamaica was like and the struggles and him, you know, him memories of when them start trimmer Rasta and you know him witness these things out there in the street, but him never, cause him is a ballhead them call him. You know, him used to work with JPS and thing, you know what I mean? At that time, you know what I mean? And yeah, him always have a big beard around him face, I say, you know? Yeah, he call him Castle Taylor, Castro. You see, yes, so I'm an Haitian that and him used to give a whole heap of story and history, and then Mama now on the other hand is very, you know, very spiritual in our next level where the herbs and the bushes is concerned. So with the merging of seeing my mom's boil roots and them thing there from very young and stuff, seeing me, and then we grew up around some other bongo where used to live in our community, like some elder what them call bongo wani, you know, bongo shorty, bongo C, them Haitian, they would know them Haitian, they would whole heap of donkey and them thing when we are youth a group. So we, you know, we get whole heap of culture in a them time the which now you don't really a sight as much. So that was our early stage of like the injection of Rastafari within
Yes.
our
How old
consciousness,
is
you
the
know what I
eye?
mean?
How old is the eye
Then
now?
when you know, say, I chat, yeah, 33, you know, yeah,
Yeah, man.
3, so, you know, yeah, next
Mighty.
year I am 33-year-old, so you don't know, this year we are 32, we are 32 at the moment, you know,
Give
yeah, so
thanks.
coming forward up to 33, so, you know, we are look at, yeah, you know, a great number there, so to see we, you know, grateful.
Mighty strength.
Yeah, man. So, but everything start really, you know, the seed where we are talking about, you know, are really the seed of our growing up, our movement, you know what I mean? And then the tree, you know, the seed bust and the root them start spring off like in the high 20s, you know, like when I say now 21, 22, you know, as we say, we start get firm upon certain things and we start resent certain life where we are live we self you know within consciousness the same way that you know was you know forcing against those habits where Babylon really want to conform to, you know what I mean, as a youth, you know, one whole heap of other things. So you don't know and where I say you know no we have to go make the one no. So you know from 23 them time they really you know start you know trim and line up and do all of that. So you know, as you would coming up, so we did sharp thing the way them attack us, and like we don't know that, but as we say. And it up to a one to if I want to watch the way they go, we still attack with works, the deeds, Yeah. But that's how we try the earth now, man. We sight Ras Tafari, we sight the glory through the works, through the spirituality, you know what I mean? And through the teachings as well, you know what I mean? So you don't know, we see it for ourselves. So I don't like wanting the man to confirm it. We are do the work now for confirming other youths where aside Rastafari say it is something that is necessary to be a part of because it is developing. You understand? But if you would feel like it dormant and it land, the next best thing. Yes, yeah, you don't know. As we know the king of the light of the world, you know what I mean? And
Yes,
we
I.
know what Rome stand for. Yeah. Yeah, man. So
So
agriculture,
20.
as we say, uncle important.
Yeah, so 21. I want to take time. You leave school. Did you graduate from high school?
No, we don't graduate high school.
Okay. So
Yeah,
so
that's
so
something that never go on.
okay. So you are just living life as a youth temple, and then how did the love of farming from planting herb to taking serious the levity of agriculture? How did that transition happen?
See, I wouldn't realize, say, we pass youth stage now and I go over into young adult, and
Yeah.
either aspire to be, a great father. You understand? And where I say, what is the most important thing? You know what I mean? For your child or for anyone, you could ever do is provide that. See that from that way, I say, we start check around in the earth and we start do our research on food security, land, importance of acquiring farmland as well, especially not just real estate property and stuff. And that's what kind of confirm more and more now I say, yeah, food is important. And then when we start read through the scrolls of His Majesty, I'm sure the importance of agriculture, and how we can, sustain, and also modernize, an economy, one of the most swiftest and fast way of raising any economy. You see it? So we see farming as a vital part of I movement as Rasta see me. You don't yeah, we always believe say every Rasta have at least them farm. You see it? Yeah. The same thing when we are reasonable uncle, we always say that, you know.
Man, I agree. Uh, and I want to commend the as a young adult, the movement fall upon I and I shoulders, and the time for I and I to rise is now. So I really want
Yeah.
I outline the work that the I is doing currently. To let ones know about the farm, what is the I farming, and then we're gonna go into the topic, which is how do we get the youth them forward to the land. But what talk about the I farm?
All right. So the farm now. So right now we mostly plant staple crop. The other day we'd have some catch crop. Which is some scotch bonnet pepper and stuff. But no, as I say here, the word is a fruit farm, a hilltop fruit farm. So right now we have a like vast variety of different fruits, young and older tree, so we plant now. We have mango, East Indian mangoes, we have Julie mangoes, we have common mango, we have breadfruit and property, we have soursop, You know, we have avocado, we have berry, we have limes, we have ackee, we have sweet sap. You know, as I say, we have, you know, different tree. We have plantain, banana, you know, cassava. You know, and we have a vast amount of herbs, healing herbs and property as well. Yeah, man. So, I finale for the mango. Yes, so, you know, yeah, man. You know, we have a large amount of stuff, coconut and those things. We still have to put in, you know, younger trees that come up and stuff. You know, so you don't know. It's just a movement, and as me say, you know, we are trying to even ourselves, yeah, step forward into different spaces, you know, with the farming. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, man. And as me say, it's like if I'm very, you know, young, we know say it important to never start manifesting. You know, later on you know, the walks of life. You know what I mean? Especially when we realize we have to provide for our youth. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we look on it as Rasta, and we look on our situation amongst Babylon. You know, cause them as we me and hear the reason one at the time them just say, you know, they now go finance, you know, our development because it is their demise, you know what I mean? It's to their demise. So you know, we have to do it, we have to get up and do it for self. We can't look pity and we can't have self pity either, you know what I mean? So it's just a movement, you know. Yeah man, I all look for life, uncle. It's you have to walk the walk, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Love it.
I just say energy them man. We are the last to get them we are the last to get hired and the
Same, sir.
first to get fired. So you know what I mean? We know our reality, you know what I mean? So we have to set up a system within, you know, a system for our generation can survive, you know what I mean? Yeah, network accordingly, you know, credit union, healthcare center, you know what I mean, school, you know, low cost homes. These are the things where we are talking about, you know what I mean, proper infrastructure, you know what I mean, to properly pass on something to our generation of Rasta people, Rasta youth, because His Majesty shows the work and we him a look to we as well to do great things. Kind of like the king not looking to us to do great things because we just admire him as a great king. No, him do the great chat and show we say we have the power, we contain the power to do great things among the earth. Same way, you get what I say, animal look towards us to do those things. So same like how true film king simple, him could have governed province and make certain say him, you know, him administrate to different countries, you know, across the world and ensure that him bring him country from where it was and modernize him nation through that diplomacy. It shows say we have that power within us to do that too and leave something to give our youth them. That's why they have a radio station, you know, so it's another way to bring across the message, you know, for reach to the people them. Unity within diversity, you know, put aside petty prejudice, we know our ultimate allegiance first to our fellow brothers and sisters of the human community, not to government
Yes.
and
We,
nations,
we
you know what I
don't
mean? So His
we
Majesty we are chat with straight man, you know? Yeah.
yeah man. We don't have a radio station yet. We working in that direction, but we are rising Rastafari independent non-aligned media on YouTube as a start.
Mhm.
But we're going to branch out to other platforms because we see that there's a lot of censorship on these platforms that's taking place, and Rastafari must govern all aspects of our chad and our ecosystem, you know, from seed to table. Um, that is the self-reliance that we learned from the Honorable Marcus Garvey. And I give thanks for the I sound because His Majesty, you know what I mean, reserved the portfolio of Minister of Education because His Majesty said that it's to the youths, it's I and I, you know what I mean, the generation after him that would now be tasked, you know, with the rising of the sleeping giant of Africa. Africa awaiter creators and creation. So I really give thanks for the you know what I mean, example. And before we came on camera, the brethren introduce his family to I, beautiful queen and beautiful youths them. And I told the brethren, that is all I need to see, in terms of resume. Because any lion where you see a defend and a maintaining pride right now, it's not an easy work, you know what I mean? Um, talk about the I, you know, um, mission in terms of maintaining the balance between work and family as a young imper.
I smile, you don't know. Yeah, when I hear that question, it's always a joy, you know what I mean? Because the dynamics is just like, yeah, the dynamics keep your adrenaline rushing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
man.
it keep you on your toes, you know what I mean? The dynamics of having a family, balancing a relationship between son, daughter, wife, you know what I mean? And also my father, 'cause my father is also with me and my mom is still around seeing me. You know what I mean? So you don't know a whole heap of dynamics tonight. It's like yeah, it's a roller coaster of joy mixed with sadness and pain and happiness and abundance and whole heap of things. It's just as I said, yeah, it's the duality again, you know what I mean? You can't have yin without yang, you know what I mean? So it's a journey and having gratitude in it all throughout the whole journey and the whole aspect of it. When it is great time, love those great times, you know what I mean? We bask in those great times. When it is times of trials and tribulation, we still, try to do the best to endure, you know what I mean, and give the spirit energy so that we can, triumph over those tribulation times. The same way, you don't know about the joys of the smile and the nice and the sound of the little one then. Yeah, we're just grateful. We're grateful because now you have little people looking at you, for guidance and direction, and you looking at them for also direction and guidance and innovation to see me. So it's like learning how to teach them, but also learning how to learn from them, allowing them to show you to, what I mean, apart to see me. So you don't know. I just, what I mean, yeah, we have to take the time out to be present and observing those things. So to balance it out for I and I wifey, what I mean, which is the ultimate balance of a family. You get what I say, and that is the starting of the building of the community. So you don't know, yeah, it's just gratitude, I there a reason and I there I look on His Majesty and Empress me then, so and I like, the right here with I to see me, you don't know, and we see how we do, so we are the divine concept and order, what I mean, we are practicing, what I mean, amongst our household, what I mean, respect to, mama, and mama respect to dada. We show you them that we try to reason out things, what I mean, show you them the importance of discussion or, just reasoning, what I mean, and being able to reflect, what I mean, and come to terms with things that is happening around you. What I mean? Being aware as well of what is taking place and just try to be present overall. So with all of that, we just try to show you them say Rastafari is happy, it's a happy living. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a
man.
work, but it's a happy way of
Important.
life. You know what I mean?
Happy way of
Yeah,
life.
that's right.
How is the eye able to maintain the discipline? Jamaica is a place where there are so many sistren, lot of distractions, a lot of our brethren get caught up to the extent that
Yeah,
they even break up their families. How does the eye? Cause I want to have a real discussion because a lot of young brethren, what I mean,
grateful
find
uncle.
themselves in
Yeah.
a relationship and then because they make a wrong decision, what I mean? Maybe they mash up a
Mhm.
family and then is a single parent type of environment. We see this a lot with our
Mhm.
Rastafari ones, you know, just like you would have seen out there in a Babylon. So I don't know if they I watch I channel, but me talk about these things amongst I and I family,
Okay.
So when I
Yeah.
see a one I
Yeah,
says
just a
when
second.
I
Yeah,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I there, man.
Yeah, man. When I see a one really I live, cause I'm married too, and I've been with I Queen married 17 years, over 20 years. I had tried with I Queen, Um, so I've been holding that discipline. So anytime I see a brethren, we really hold that discipline. I like have these conversations so that ones who aspire, to even deal with a system can know the reality and the realness and the discipline, what I mean, that it really take to be a family man. Because people think family man, you like you're not going with nothing, but them not realize that the family man I make a great sacrifice, what I mean, and the discipline and the militancy that it really take
Yes, sir.
to maintain a family. Talk about that part there.
Yeah, as me say, along the walks of life, we're grateful for life experiences. Yeah, so some things where you never have make you really want to create where you never have, like, you want to change those stuff. Or some things where, as I said, your experiences and you look on some things where, you missing out at it and you be like, if that was there, might be along the walks of even your life, you'd have been more, what I mean, even more disciplined. Cause even people see them discipline and them, we'll be like, what if, we did get certain farmer, you know, more homely, you know, brought up so with the family and what I mean together and the siblings and more, what I mean, training from in-house and stuff. What would have been like. But then again, we go through our life experience, for a reason, because it shape our way of thinking. And as I said, we was youth that was out there in that world. But at the same time, while being in that world, as I said, I was present, what I mean? So I wasn't a person that was always looking back at happy times and being like, oh yeah, I wish I put back those days. While I was having those days, I was there having those days. So when we transition through that moment now, it was only, a time for sure and I said, say, yeah, you don't know this stage of that life through this journey is now over, what I mean? It is now to move on to another stage because at that point in life, I wasn't looking after any children or having any responsibility of my own. It was just about my personal fun at that time. What I mean? Now coming into the stage of being a young adult, especially a father, I see the importance of family. What I mean? In order to love a child, you have to love the parents, you have to love the mother have to love the father, so that that child can understand what is love, can realize the importance of working together, or if something break, for instance, just seeing the importance of taking the time out to try and and mend it, what I mean, through reasoning and those things. Out here where we in Jamaica, it's a lifestyle for really, you know, parade with a lot of females because of our culture. Youths like fear, say, yo, man, a girl is and this and these things see me and feel like, oh, you're lesser than a person if you're not a girl is or whatever. But guess what? You know where I learned? You see, one of the things we're out there in the street, you see, when you respect a female and she realize you're not throwing yourself at her, then she have to go evaluate back herself. She go realize, say, yo, John must start, you know, how come the guy they never flirt with me? What I mean? Am I what, me not look good enough? Then them realize say, it's not about looks again. It's about, principles, within a data. Same way, you get what me I say? So as we are saying now, if the data them flip it on the youth them and show them say watch out. It's not about how much money you can come with, but it's about how much value you can present. Then now the youth them would have to go look within themselves now and realize that John, no, I can't buy out the data, So him have to go change up him ways. And that is the data where him a go want to, be him wife and bring in him house because him see say yo, our value rates. But as you see, the first thing them tell the youth them in the industry is that sex sells. So them decrease youth them morality out here. What I mean? And them youth them now fit, you know parade the data them like say them don't have any value and them look greedy. And then by extension the youth them no realize they are the same family, them are gonna mash up because when your daughter do a son, because them don't know say the lady are gonna get more right over having the child even more than the daddy in the system because of how it is. sign. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So even the
Yes.
child, the mother with that emotion growing child through this rough world, through this stage of world, you know what I mean? She not go equip enough. And even if she equip, it is more she chatting with the faith of the most high in order she can, portray them image they are our teachings there. You know what I mean, of righteousness to our youth, our young ones, them. You see what I say? So it is just a rugged thing. But for me personally, yeah man, we'll find a wife with a lovely mindset and a will to always try to evolve, you know what I mean? Just like I and I said, cause I hold them thing the great to I, you know what I mean? Like, more time wife will say I come like a perfectionist. You know what I mean? And that alone can, that alone can, like give an example of I and I character. We like to see a straight line. You know what I mean? We like to see things in order. We love mathematics. So, we use life like maths. Is either it right or it wrong. I mean, is either it add up or it don't add up. You know what I mean? So when we look on certain things, we'll use mathematics to show the ones them, the divinity of life, lie within the masculine and the feminine, sun and the moon, you know what I mean? If you see how the atoms work and the frequencies of the earth and energy and the vibration, you see everything lie between positive and negative. You understand? So a mathematics that again, you do the addition and so we look on it and we see say the importance of mommy and daddy, the importance of mommy and daddy in the house, you know what I mean? And we are fight for that. That our keep us constantly militant. We don't see no woman where, yeah, where we can say, yeah, ever make we think, even twice about the wife, you know what I mean? Because as we say, just being able to have someone we can reason with, upon these topics where we the here, so I reason with, what I mean, every day. It's just a blessing. You know what I mean? Cause most people them shut off to them thing at first in the motel they say, yo, yeah, hear me right now. So like you know what I mean? They don't want to hear that. Cause you not deal with the glamour and the glitter of the
No,
world.
no. And I say this as a reformed gallus, as a youth man, we go through that stage there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I born Gallus right now, because what we
Yeah.
realize is that to build a nation, as the I say, is the family man. But one of the things I think that we as family man have not done a good job is that we're not vocal. So the Gallus them
Mm.
have whole heap of talk out there, you know what I mean? And we just
Mm.
quiet and go and deal with the family. So the
The
youth
family
them
man
only a
thing.
hear,
Yeah.
yeah, the youth them only
Yeah.
a hear one side, and then
Mhm.
the youth them thinks a family man life boring, you know what I mean? So them more with the
Ah.
gravitate to the gallus kind of style. So we have to let them know the fun, you know
Yeah.
what I mean, that involved with family. We have to let them know the joy. We have to let them know the realness too, but we have to be more vocal.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah. Because the youth them feel like the youth them know to them grow up them feel like say it's soft. Them look
I
like
mean?
them soft. Them have one female and if them a live a life with them family and them youth and them them lady and them just feel like say yo control you and control me or you this or you that or whatever and we'll be like no remember say no it's about the youth it is the unity for the youth the development for next generation to come you are set
Yeah.
an example that youth can see what it is him to come and come do and do it even more advanced than you were showing it. So it's the reality we are talking about. So if you do gallus thing well advanced, make your youth see, him gonna come do it more intense than you know what I mean? Which I go
Yes.
break down. So if you did mash up 10 household by your gallus activity, then your son go come mash up 110,000 household. You see what I say? So
Real.
as me I say, just I go mash up the whole thing. It's like when I hear a warrior say, why would you go in the strip club and give money to somebody that you don't respect? You know what I mean? You just contributing to the problem. Cause you don't respect her, but yet still you're dashing your hard earned money for her like
Yeah.
and you know respect. But if you if you really did want to use something for your money to do, you go to her and ask her if you want opportunity to leave this club for the rest of her life. And try to give her a job where she can earn that money constantly. See, we're doing something different. So, as may I say, how we contribute to, how we see as fun. Enough for you them see the girl this thing as fun. No, for me, my most fun thing them is to run up and down with my family. Me and my son play football in the house and shout out goal, what I mean? I'm a little daughter run back with them and daddy, 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 give. Want me hold our foot to kick the ball to our brother. What I mean? And we are play football around when we go to the rivers or we go to the beaches. It's just running around. It's just fun time with me youth. Them know it's a time for me be a youth again. What could have funner than that?
Of
What could have
course,
more
of,
fun
of
than that?
course, of course. And I'm glad you're
Yeah,
vocal.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the greatest thing is, when you can make love and create love with your queen, and you not have to worry about this and that. Everything does in a one fullness, and the
Yes,
youth
sir.
can benefit, and everything go toward the vision
Yes,
and the mission
sir.
of the family. You know what I mean?
Yes,
You don't have to turn Joe grind and you're worried about, whether you're gonna lose your
sir.
life because you're out here living reckless and these kind of things. So,
Aye. And,
you know what
and
I mean?
all of that. Yeah, all of that as well we always are saying because illusion, what I mean, and people, in their mindset thinking say, yo, all right, I want this to work that way, yeah, and me I go do this over across the fences and nobody now go see and XYZ. But remember, His Majesty show you say, everyone can make a choice, according to them, intelligent thinking and calculation. But after that, that choice is made. You don't know I want to go deal with the consequences of that choice. What I mean? The actions that follow. You understand? So when you go subbam, you have control over what you might say and can keep it into secret, but you never did know say the other party didn't have a control over that feeling. And I go say something out it and lies are things where you always have to cover up. So because it is unreal, it has always sneak up back at you. Mm-hmm.
Good night.
Good night. All right. Love you.
See it there.
Good night.
You see it there, right on topic. Right on topic.
See?
Royal greetings.
Yeah, tell him you're going to bed now.
Blessings.
You're going to
Blessings.
I'm going to bed now because I'm going to school.
Yes, it makes sense. It makes sense. Everything you're saying is so right.
bed. Gratitude, man.
So
Yeah,
you see
man.
that you see that advertisement for the family life in youth come up right there, so and you see the love right there, so
Yeah.
in real time, you know what I mean. So for all of the
Yeah.
youths that are watching this, just know that the family man is the top of the food chain when it come on to life and liberty. And His Majesty was a family man. That is the one thing we have to realize, and he lived
Yeah.
that family life. So
Uh,
yeah.
When I think where I said ones them need to evolve, cause not for the ones them stop at, Solomon and constantly I
Uh,
say Solomon are the
yes,
wisest man and he was a man of many wives. But if the ones them go deeper in our research and see how Solomon was overthrown as well, how we made him thrown, it's because of those same woman,
same
the
thing.
same woman, same way. So,
Proverbs
I wanna
5
agree
and
with you.
6. If you read Proverbs 5 and 6, Solomon warned you about
You
these
see?
women out here too and these things. So Ecclesiastics, you know what I mean? When him
Ah,
fall in right Ecclesiastics, lamentation
yes,
and these
sir.
things, you know what I mean? So we have
It's
to
just
look
for sure.
deeper.
It's just for sure the glory of the king. That is to,
Yeah.
to come sit upon the throne, the son of man that was coming to sit upon the throne. You know what I mean? And the cosmic Christ, you know what I mean, the Father of all, as we
Yes.
say, creator of all. You know what I mean? 225th rebirth of Solomon, you know what I mean, and the Queen of Sheba, from the root of Jesse. You see, so as we are saying, we know the inheritance of His Majesty, you know what I mean? And that is why him come crown. And even with the crowning of Empress Menen, you know what I mean? It was the highest form of woman liberation in any form of
Yes.
history. So you don't know if I want to say, oh, Cause right now them have it on the world scene out in the West. I say, yo, oh man, I want to give woman them liberation and man always a take back from woman and I run this feminist regime. The king already highlight to the world, and show you say, yo, you know what I mean? It's the balance. It's the duality of our existence, yin and yang, can't do without. You see it?
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, man.
Um, I'm glad we could have this reasoning. Because for the youth, them especially, if you see that this is the way, and as we trod into this Armageddon World War III. You don't want to be out there loosey goosey. You can't depend on no queen because you don't invest the time. Right now, as Armageddon, you want to lock in with a queen where have the same mindset that you can build. And the other thing that I want to stress to these youths is that when you have a vision, and I say every man have to have a plan, you know what I mean? His Majesty show us the development of Ethiopia according to 5-year plans. Every man after you cannot be a man and you don't have a plan because you cannot be a leader unless you have a plan to lead somewhere. You know what I mean? So with that plan, there is no one better that will help you to execute than your queen, your helpmate. That is the divine purpose. And even when you're vetting a queen to know if she's your queen, you're supposed to be able to put her within the framework of your plan and she will bring it life and make it blossom and bloom. You know what I mean? So this is
Yeah.
what the mindset should be right now is
And even
identifying. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and even on a broader aspect as well, where I say because it is just like this book that I'm reading from, Bongo Stephen, big up yourself anyway, they see me. And
Yeah.
you don't know, it is the interconnectedness of one, what I mean? That just goes to show you, say, we are all intertwined, what I mean? As the word universe suggested, what I mean? The word unit mean one, unity mean one, universe, it is one, what I mean? And we are verses, just like plant, like the animal, like the different trees, like water, like the ears, what I mean? Different parts of it that come together, synchronize, and bring that harmony in order to make that flow of that oneness of that universe. Yes, we may say. So even now we are talking about with the daughters them and the far right them, we are chat the chat as we may say the importance of having that family and that male and female because it is the beginning of that unity where we are talking about in the universe. Because then a data we know we are next data depend and know say our next data not have an interest within fear meal as well. You get what me I say, and then the important task at hand now is to better the community, the facility, so ensure that we can nurture our children, them know that about by extension grown in these surroundings. So they know the ones that will see eye to eye and can work hands to hands and heart to heart. See, so you don't know that we are talking about, man. The fullness, unity within diversity. Individually, we have our own personal struggles facing, the adversary within us, which is the David and the Goliath, which is fighting every day, to control the temple of man. You understand? As you may say, everyday war, and it was like a today, and then it stops for 2 weeks, and then they can jump back on it again. No, every day you have to get up and make the charge. Every day you have to do the work. You see it? So, I movement, man, uncle. We're
Yeah, man.
grateful for the connection, and the reasoning, with the Iowa to see me, you know what I mean? And as we say, big up Sabuki to see me, if you give you the connection to, to connect up with I and I see me. I would also want to say big up to the ones I want them out them and every far eye was a far eye start use that far eye. You see it? Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. We're coming into the sweet part of the chart, the glory of this movement and this nation is I and I, the generation of them that seek the face of the Most High, come to really
It's
carry to the next level where the elders have left us a legacy. Now it's I and I time to build the institutions and put in the economic foundation. You know what I mean? So the I is a key in that whole vision because you have gone to agriculture, which was the commandment. of His Majesty was to build the economics on agriculture. I want the eye to just talk about the imperial EWF and the Church of Haile Selassie, how the eye become affiliated with these organs, and what are these organs that the ones can know. As again you say, diversity in unity. You know, what are these organs that the eye block?
Yeah, well, give thanks, as me say, you don't know, that is the church that I go to still. You don't know I'm a part of the, you know, the congregation of the church, and also, you know what I mean, the Selassieites, you know, because, you know, we get blessing to the church, you know. Yes, so you don't know, the institution, how I come about it was the same search, history, you know what I mean, and you don't want him to be rooted economically as well as rooted spiritually, you know what I mean, among far eye, you know what I mean. So when we start check it now, we start check ourselves and say, you know, we get a name, you know, that was given to us by our mother, you know, and then we start the glory of the King, and we take on that name, Ras Tafari, you know, with the crowning of, you know, King Tafari, Emperor Haile Selassie I, which elevated from Ras Tafari in 1930 on the 2nd of November to Emperor Haile Selassie I, you know, which is the might of the Trinity as we know it and as we hail it as Rastafari. Yet still, you know, it's to show we say as well as how we see the Creator, you know, and the prophecies that was told, you know, from Psalms 22, you know, go straight out into Daniel, go right through to Revelation. See me, you know, that, you know, the door of the house of David shall open, you know what I mean, and in the world, you know what I mean. So that's everything. You know, everyone could see the glory that would be, you know, fulfilling the house of David. So you don't know, when we see them movement, you know, we are say, yeah, then if we say, I listen to the first of God, you know, we have to find God government, and God must establish an institution in people then and leave you out here to suffer. You know, and we realize that we are dealing with the divine throne and divine order. You know, so we look at his movements now, how he walks strategically amongst the heads of nation to, you know, imprint his role of rulership, you know what I mean, upon the throne of David, the dynasty that will live forever as the son of a living witness, as stated, you know, in the biblical text, you know what I mean. So when we look on that now, we start search government, we start search policy, you know what I mean, and then we start looking to our country now, Jamaica, at some of the charters that was given, you know what I mean, and you know, we realize now how it's important for us as Rasta when we say, all right, if we not go use Babylon system, if you register a business, it's still have to register with the government, you know what I mean? So if you're not going to register a business, the government still can come take your weapon, you know, whatever. You know, if you stay a woman, you have piece of land and you capture it. If you're not on a title and then decide to build a road, then I go come run through it same way, and you can't stand up in a court and discuss anything or, you know, argue it, because, you know, economically develop and establish, you get what I say? So who is going to be there, what system is going to be there, you know, as a judge for you. So that is how now we find said there was a constitution that was there, which was the EWF, which was incorporated when Amos Selassie, you know, granted the next development for the Royal Charter, you know, to incorporate the church, worshiping, you know what I mean, of the church, which, you know, church and state, as we say, go hand in hand, you know, the worshiping of Emperor Selassie, you know, as, you know, the root and offspring of David. So the Abu and Manuel Center Fox now had to went back, you know, to his, you know, to university, to school, you know, he got trained by, you know, His Majesty's, you know, personal, you know, people that he assigned to ensure that, yeah, this development would take place correctly, you know. So, but upon the passing of the Abu now, you know, no, it is his son is there now at the head of the church. Same way, you know, you have the priest and the Levite, you know, order, you know what I mean, the record of the art of God and the youngest, you know, as he said, you know what I mean, that it should be there. You see, so we learn after that now, and we realize that we now are going to sending our youth to school as a Rasta heavily, you know, faithful towards the development, you know, to be still modernizing Ethiopia, you know what I mean, which His Majesty set forward for, and the whole world at large. So that's why you know when we are saying we have to do development, you see the importance of having that legal, you know what I mean, documentation and representation. I and I as far as I and I family, it can be steadfast. So my youth can go school now, you know, without having certain, you know, such a thing. Without sorry about that, without having, you know, any question about him here and stuff like that, because they requested, you know, if he say that
Center,
he's
center the
Rastafari.
eye self. Hold on there. Center the eye self in the frame there. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, yes. And I say if we state that he's Rastafari, he has to have some form of legal representation in order to go in their school. So these people are working strategically. You know what I mean? And if we are not working strategically, then we are going to be blamed for our children for shortcomings. You understand? Because they know, as I said again, you know, school will reject the idea of your child, even though they will still reject it in some of the concept, but they can't reject it legally, you know, underneath that constitution, because it is that constitution that is represented and respected worldwide as well as here too. As well, you know what I mean? Because, you know, a job we are dealing with. So yeah, man, we're grateful for finding the church. We met the Abuna personally, you know what I mean, and you know, reason with him, you know what I mean, and we share some knowledge and be support for us to go into the church and stuff. You know, there is holy for enlightenment, you know, because as we said, the church is here to correct the abuse, you know what I mean, and all of the houses, the church is here to represent all of the houses, you know, from that legal, you know, you know, that standpoint, you know, and as you hear it near, it is a bar better Christian church of Ras Tafari first. And it spell with a K, you know, instead of C. So you don't know, as we have said, the anciency from Moses in the mountain. And him say, him shall move you out of the bushes, and him shall put us into the city. You know what I mean? This is where we are talking about temple worship. You know what I mean? Economical development for the people. You know what I mean? The church is legal, and it is also the sovereign church of Jamaica. You know what I mean? Been incorporated since 2030. Most of Jamaican Rasta never did that before. Yeah, that's what I say. And just for years, say a church thing, people are gonna say Ray, and enough people ask which day we worship on, and we say a Sunday, and then we say, yo, Sunday is not the Sabbath, or Sunday is not the Ray, but through the biblicalness again, and the teachings of His Majesty and history shows us that Sunday is the holiest day. And to I and I people as Rastafarian, reason why? It is because the 2nd of November 1930, when His Majesty coronation took place, when he took the name Padamawe Haile Selassie I, was a Sunday. And him show forth all the marvelous works and the 7th day him came to himself to rest and glorify all of his marvelous works. We no go round the power of the Trinity. You know, we no take teachings from, you know, personal perspective. We deal with factuality. You understand? And His Majesty show this is how we operate. Righteousness we are doing, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, that is the fullness, general. You know what I mean, of what we are.
Give thanks for that clarity.
Yeah.
Welcome to Rastafari Independent Non-Aligned Media, because one of the reasons I call it non-aligned is because even though I'm on Chadinaya Bingi, we try to bring all of the different viewpoints here on the platform so that one can get clarity. And there is the first brethren I have from the Beta Christa Haile Selassie church, you know what I mean? So me really give thanks, it's an honor. There I bust that seal, and you know, I have been reasoning, and I pray to get some of the elders on the platform to give a more highlight in terms, because I've heard of Abuna Center Fox, anyone who's been treading would have heard that name, you know, but we never really get a fullness in terms of the view. So that clarity there was very great, and the eye is very articulate and obviously very knowledgeable concerning the history and also the liberty within that perspective. So this is why non-aligned media is so important, because we could have just come and talk to Bingy man and we just give a Bingy thing, but there's so, you know, I want to show that Rastafari is vast, you know, and we cover
diverse, man. Believe, man, vast
perspectives.
Remember, you know, Uncle, Ethiopia itself as a land, you know what I mean, has so many different unique ways and rituals and traditions, you know what I mean. However, you know what I mean, when it comes on to the throne of David, the God lineage, the God concept, all of these denominations have to respect the Lion of Tribe of Judah. Yes, it is being prophesied and showed to us amongst the earth that the kings and rulers of the earth set themselves aside. But this is also prophecy to show us, Jah people, you know, in the work that is needed to be done. If this child born as a baby and accomplished all of these things through his works, then we are deserving of all of those things ourselves, and even more through our words, through our actions. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, that's why I'm saying even in the 21st century, with faith, courage, and a just cause, we will always defeat Goliath. So just keep righteousness in our heart, man, and just chat the chat, man. You know what I mean? Jago show you where you put your foot to see.
Serious. And finally, I don't want to keep there. This is just part one of this reasoning with the eye. We don't do one-time interview on this platform, you know, because it is a journey. It's a journey. We want chronicle the journey. But one of the things I want to reason, how do we get the youth, the young adults? Let me be specific. How do we get the young adults into farming? You know, because right now we should be preparing for the global shipping lanes to crash. With this war, this coming war, the West is going to instigate a global war to try to keep their power. And we know that one of the first casualties is going to be shipping. The dollar in the West is going to crash, which is going to create hyperinflation, which means that the price of all goods is going to skyrocket. How do we get our young adults, you know, to wake up in Jamaica specifically and turn to the land and farm and do what the eye is doing? What recommendations would the eye share with I and I?
All right, you see, I and I, brothers and sisters, and we are trying to chat musically and economically, you know what I mean, as Rasta youths and stuff. I feel like the item need to start chat more groundwork. You know, when we say groundwork, you know, we need to see the item a step out, you know, and acquire, as we say, you know, land, you know what I mean, and I put some other interest into some more farming, because they don't know, like, how many things, you know, yeah, as we say, if you have property and you have resources to sustain that property, then you can bring it to a level where you can start employ youths. And we realize that one of the biggest things is employment in our culture, you know what I mean, for the youth. And you don't know, I got born poverty and born slavery, because Majesty don't burn off all of them things there and get them out of the way. So we have to look for better ways now to provide, you know, job, as well as, you know, good pay for the ones them to same way, you know what I mean? So that's the thing now where we're kind of stuck between, because it's hard to really encourage the youth them to do farming if they don't really have a passion in it. But if them feel beneficial to them, you know, if you can earn some dollars, them will probably take it as a job. You know what I mean? Where them now have to go sign up with a whole heap of what you would call it, you know, They call them, requirements. You understand? To go do that kind of job. You get what me I deal with? So me I say no most of the Iowa them now within Rastafari. We make some money out of the commercialization of Rastafari and the whole, the part there. I would have said no for the Iowa them now to start establish more farms. Got a money. And see if we can put in some more infrastructure in place now so we can now turn around and employ some of these youth. Same way, till the side. Same way, while them all get bread, while them can get food for carry home off the farms, them wanna sell for them wanna fund the same way, while them all, you understand what I say? So that's one of the way how we have to do it. But we see most of the ones them musically the one them invest back in a studio, which nothing wrong. You don't know that it's still a part of an industry where we fit into as well, which we don't master that industry that we could start tap into our next industry. Like it's a reggae music. Yeah, you have to ask a question. You start dress up and start say certain words. So you know what I mean. You don't know when to start utter it and hit that. You're gonna road. But we are saying now musically the far eye them and even the ones them will just acquire a certain financial stability through Rastafari, and even it not have to be through Rastafari make you acquire that wealth, but it can be the skillfulness of your mind, but it was the intelligent thinking equipped with Rastafari, merge with Rastafari, to make you calculate it and where you get that big benefit. No, you still hold Rastafari, you stay through that chat the same way while you have some home you have some things, you have some more. So we just say no, we could start farm some food. We could start develop some property. We know Salam is value. And we are talking about endless value. You see it, so just that we are dealing with, it's rough to tell a youth to come to the bush right now with machete and and we are walking 4 miles in the woodland general in the hot sun right now, and and when you check it out to come out of the bush the whole day done, you dig it out and you have a cent a good cent in your pocket. So teamwork the thing take if we are going to the bush now, we are going to the bush civilized. And when we say civilized, we don't talk Western civilization, we are talking about our kind of civilization. So we move from having power and them things and flow, and now we want to look at chapter, we want to look at them together, one focus, big power song, we can have certain things, man, they not buy whole heap of other things, man, we can buy them.
Serious thing. And I think I sent the interview with Ras Ikula, which is an
I don't get a full look at it yet still, but I go get a watch anytime I find some time,
Yeah, man. But I want that video spread out because there's a brethren who musical, but in fun all of his band and music and touring, everything based off of his farm. He start a farm first, get it to a level where it's producing money and income, and now when him ready, him just buy all of him band member plane tickets, him buy him lodging Europe, him everything him do it from him farm, you know what I mean? The farmer produce him a do garlic, him a do all kind of different crops and things. So and on a scale. So there's an example within Farai, and every artist have an entourage. Me see the artists them with them entourage, as the brethren say. The artists them invest in a piece of land, put the entourage to work, the man them way they have that special talent as a manager or within the business of music, put these people to work.
Sizzla and them man, they always move and do whole heap of works, even works where you don't know enough ones.
We like how we see Sizzla the whole heap of work on the ground, like try to make certain him a set, different projects around, and him and the Moria they move around and them get work done together, and we are say a whole heap of other far right there, same way we want to see I make them chat there amongst the community them, we could incorporate some development for community them same way. We don't have to campaign for government for do things in the village them because we are look some farmer praise or leadership role. When you do your work, then know accordingly the people then will say, yo, you know what, them people I look after we from time to time. Them people I ensure say, yo, XYZ get done. So you don't know, eventually you mold yourself in a society as a player, as a person where, I do things, I get things done, you know what I mean? So then know when we for unite ourselves collectively now. We have more strength. You see what I say? Yeah. So I just that are the things. So we give thanks for the ones them we are do it. Yeah, what them we are do it, we're grateful for the ones that we pave the path. We're grateful for the youth them we are learn. You know what I mean? The movement, same way. We're grateful for the ones them we, fall off and jump back on track to same way, cause you don't know the one them sure we say, yeah. Cause we're not perfect. Our earth and we are chad, you know what I mean? So I just gratitude along the ways of life, you know what I mean? Granny would have said, one not dead, no dash away. So me just a big enough for the far right them for don't, avoid giving up on the youth them. I make the youth them feel like you just think say them are the worst part of what ever happened to the eye them. No. You know what I mean? The youth them there for sure we too. And we there for stay so boom and show the youth them too through our experiences. So you don't know we are learn from the youth them with for them swift mind for think and how to go about certain things. Cause I guarantee if you put a 50-year-old Rasta man, where they in a certain position and a 25-year-old Rasta youth where they behind the computer every day, them not gonna do the thing as fast and efficient as the 25-year-old youth. So there's things where them can grasp from the youth, but there's also things where them can show the youth say, boy, here what this is what society was back them time there. And I feel like if you put the more, if you divert it to that avenue there, you will get a better outcome with that swift way of thinking and moving. You feel like if you go in at this field. So it's guidance and enlightenment. As some of my I want reason today. Big up 5 star, you don't know yes, bad artist too. And I utter whole heap of word sound. And I same thing, 5 star celestial. Yeah, them can go look for him on YouTube
Yeah,
and
man.
everything.
We have a 5 star celestial interview, where we
Yeah,
have it at the archive where we are get ready for bust out from the family.
it's majestic,
We don't
man.
stop working over
Yeah,
here,
man.
you know what I mean? So prepare yourself.
Yeah,
I
man.
want just give thanks for the eye.
It's
Um,
majestic.
you know what I
Same.
mean? And the young adults, because I'm targeting the young adults with this platform right now because I feel, the work that needs to be done, we call upon the young adults, I, Generation X, the elder millennials, the millennials, them have to come
Mm-hmm.
together and lift up this great legacy, to the higher heights. You know what I mean?
Yes,
We know the excellence that's represented by Kadamawi Haile Selassie the First. We know the institutions that he created, and it's I and I time to do that in his name. So we really give thanks for the any final words to the global family, and also let the ones them know we have the information on the bottom courtesy of the Lion Pride and Patreon, but let the ones
Mm-hmm.
them know how to tap in with the eye and how
Yeah.
they support the eye works, and any
Yes.
final sounds.
All right. Gratitude again to the masses. You don't know, grateful for, link up and having the moment for reason with the item. And, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're grateful if, yeah, if we know, say, yeah, there is enlightenment along the way of the reasoning as well. You know what I mean? I will give thanks to the inspiration from His Majesty. You know what I mean? And the balance order, Empress Menen, you know what I mean? Yeah, the divine continuation. Aeration. So with that being said, you don't know where I said the one thing if you want to find higher level JA, you don't know you can find us on Instagram. You can Google higher level JA. You know what I mean? You can also get in touch with I Rise Retreat. That is also a development by my wife. You understand? And also a part of higher level JA. It is something for the ladies, specifically focus at woman of color as well to same way. You don't know to do that healing work within that female aspect. His Majesty was a divine ruler and a worker, but Empress Menen would also the divine balance of that same ruling and work as well, same way. So, as I say, you can check out iRise Retreat on Instagram. The females and want to tap in and come, learn plant-based living as well. You know what I mean? Or learn how to just, survive off of the farm and off of the ocean, same way, you know what I mean? Yeah, you don't know. And for the rest of masses, them, if you want to check in and somewhere for, book and stay, you can check on Airbnb as well, at Hilltop Fruit Farm, you know what I mean? Breathtaking view. You don't know. Yeah, man. And we look forward to see the ones, you know what I mean? Big up yourself again, the Desmash, Kawasi. Yes, like Kawasi. Bless up yourself, king. His majesty, Yes,
Yeah,
like.
man. Perfect love to the eye. As again, this is part 1. We will be following this king and his work. I hope to come and visit the farm and be able to film some footage on the farm so we can show the ones them the fullness and the glory of the works. Whole heap of things that we are going to show.
YouTube, sorry, the one you can check YouTube. There's a few vlogs about, the property as well. What I can see as well to see him. So, yeah.
All right. So just search for the Hilltop Fruit Farm on YouTube, and the ones them can see the fullness same way. And again, this is just part 1 of higher level. Ras Rowan, who has been doing great works. This was a enlightening reasoning. You were able to hear from him directly. We did not forget through no third party. We never have a hear say or she say or they say. We heard strictly from the lion. Why? Because the time has come for the lions to tell our own story. And this is the lion's voice.
Lion voice.
Ras Tafari!
Them could never conquer the mountains. Thousands of years and counting. Ethiopia rise again unto the world. Now we are announcing. Them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. When the trumpet sound and the violence cease, how we say one go build up the cities. Well, them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. Ras Tafari crown as the Prince of Peace. Him tell the youths them fi build up them countries. Well, solar energy that them a see. The whole city powered by the sun's energy. The road them make out of hemp and concrete. Neighborhoods full of fruit trees that taste sweet. The youths put down them guns, them harvest and a reap. The beautiful gardens will line every street. Tired of the bloodshed, them done with the beef. Not even animals for that, them burn out the meat. Where people say Haile Selassie, I see Nile. When they see say him a treat the dirt like a child. Peace on earth from the banks of the Nile. That's why we giving thanks in style. See say Babylon a weapon, them a stockpile. Babylon a wicked, kill them brother and smile. Lion, Babylon a reptile. Them a plant for shed blood, we got plans for the soil. Them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. When the trumpet sound and the violence cease, how we say one go build up the cities. Well, them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. Ras Tafari crown as the Prince of Peace. Him tell the youths them fi build up them countries. No more gullies, proper sanitation. Proper toilets with proper filtration. Clean water for the youths them fi use. Our sons and daughters safe, no more child abuse. Africa arise, read it in the news. On the day when Ras Tafari ready, wicked have to move. 3D printing alongside hem shoes. Herb get legalized, hard drugs them get refused. Well, people used to say they bring him man senile. True himself he tried it with man, woman and child. Himself peace on earth from the banks of the Nile. That's why we give him thanks in style. She say Babylon a weapon, them a stockpile. Babylon a wicked, kill them brother and smile. Lion, Babylon a reptile. Them a plans for shed blood, we have plans for the soil. Them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the beast. When the trumpet sound and the violence cease, how we say one go build up the cities. Them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the beast. Rastafari crown as the Prince of Peace. Him tell the youth them fi build up them countries. Babylon them got a plan for boots war. Without the meditation, well them not go reach far.